Welcome my channel. Today let's explore the Liberty 1 cent, Lincoln cent, coins from 1978, 1979, and 1981, covering their history, mint locations, circulation versus uncirculated conditions, proof versions, and minimum values based on mintage and condition. The 1978 Liberty 1 cent coin, including its history, geography, circulation and uncirculated condition, proof values, and other interesting insights. This can be used for educational videos, presentations, or numismatic content. From the heart of American history to the pockets of millions, the humble penny tells a story of resilience, change, and identity. Today, we unravel the tale of the 1978 Liberty 1 cent coin, a copper coin rich in history and value. The 1978 Liberty 1 cent coin, commonly referred to as the Lincoln cent, is a continuation of a legacy that began in 1909. That year marked the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, and the U.S. Mint released the first Lincoln cent, the first American coin to feature a real historical figure. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin initially carried the wheat ears reverse, but in 1959, to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday, the reverse design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, the design still present in 1978. On the obverse side, the 1978 cent features a right-facing bust of Abraham Lincoln with the word Liberty to his left and the year, 1978, on the right. Above his head, the motto, "In God We Trust," arches across the top, a staple of American coinage. The reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, with the words, "United States of America," above, "E Pluribus Unum," just beneath, and the denomination, 1 cent, along the bottom. In 1978, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln cents in 3 primary locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, produced the highest quantity. Denver Mint, marked with a small d under the year. San Francisco Mint, focused primarily on proof coins, marked with an S. Let's talk numbers. The 1978 Lincoln cent had one of the highest mintage totals of any U.S. coin during the era. Philadelphia, 5.56 billion coins. Denver, 4.28 billion coins. San Francisco proofs, 3.12 million coins. With more than 9.8 billion coins combined, the 1978 penny remains extremely common in circulation today. The 1978 Lincoln cent was composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. This composition, however, was about to change. In 1982, due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a predominantly zinc-based penny with a copper plating, a lighter, less costly coin weighing only 2.5 grams. Most 1978 cents you'll find are heavily circulated, often showing dull surfaces and worn details. But uncirculated coins, often preserved in mint sets or rolls, reveal sharp lines, brilliant luster, and near-perfect detail. Circulated value, 1 cent, face value, though copper value is slightly higher, 2 cents, not legally meltable. Uncirculated value, MS60 to MS65 ranges from 10 cents to $2 depending on grade and mint mark. Mint state, MS67 plus can fetch up to $100 plus for exceptionally well-struck examples with no visible flaws. The San Francisco Mint struck about 3.1 million proof pennies in 1978, specially made for collectors with mirror-like fields and frosted devices. Proof value, PR65 to PR70 generally $1 to $5, though PR70 deep cameo examples can reach $20 to $50 depending on market demand. The 1979 Liberty 1 cent coin, also known simply as the 1979 Lincoln cent, is a small but historically significant piece of U.S. coinage. Bearing the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln and the iconic Liberty inscription, this coin connects generations of Americans through its symbolism and utility. Although at first glance it may appear as just another penny, its historical, geographical, and numismatic context provides a deeper appreciation of its value and role in American currency. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse, front, of the coin featured Lincoln's profile, making it the first U.S. coin to depict an actual historical figure. By 1979, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for 70 years. The obverse design remained largely unchanged, with only minor modifications over the years. The reverse, back, still depicted the Lincoln Memorial, which had replaced the earlier wheat ears design in 1959. In 1979, America was grappling with inflation, and the cost of producing copper coins was rising. This year marks a transitional period that would later influence changes in the penny's metal composition in 1982. Portrait of Abraham Lincoln. Inscriptions: "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty," to the left, and the date, 1979, to the right, often accompanied by a mint mark, D.S., or no mark for Philadelphia. Image of the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. Inscriptions: "United States of America, E Pluribus Unum," and 1 cent. Composition: 1979 95% copper, 5% zinc. Weight: 3.11 grams. 3 U.S. mints struck the 1979 Lincoln cent. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Denver Mint, D mint mark. San Francisco Mint, S mint mark, mostly used for proof coins. 1979 Lincoln cents were heavily circulated, with billions minted. Here's the breakdown. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, 6.02 billion coins. Denver Mint, D 4.14 billion coins. San Francisco, S, proof only 3.6 million proof coins. These coins were made for general usage in commerce and are still commonly found in change today. Uncirculated coins: these are coins that were never released for general use. Often sold in mint sets, they have a sharper appearance, more luster, and no wear. Value in 2024, around 25 cents to $1, depending on condition. Proof coins: these were struck at the San Francisco Mint using a special high polish process, intended for collectors. 1979 S Type 1, has a filled S mint mark, blurry. 1979 S Type 2, has a clearer S mint mark and is rarer. Value of Type 1, around $2 to $4. Value of Type 2, $15 to $50, depending on condition. Good, G, to fine, F face value, 1 cent. Extremely fine, XF $0.10, $0.25. Uncirculated, MS60, MS65 $0.50, $3.00. Proof, PR65, PR69 $2 to $50 plus. Coins certified by PCGS or NGC in perfect condition, MS67 plus or PR69 DCAM, can fetch higher prices at auction. While the 1979 penny is common, collectors look out for rare errors, such as double die obverse, DDO. Some 1979 pennies show doubling in the date or liberty. Off-center strikes. Clipped planchets. Error coins can be worth $10 to hundreds of dollars, depending on rarity and visibility. Though its face value is 1 cent, the copper content of 1979 pennies, 95%, gives them a melt value of around 2 to 3 cents, depending on copper prices. However, it's illegal to melt US cents for metal value. By 1982, the mint switched to a copper-plated zinc composition due to rising metal costs, making pre-1982 copper cents like those from 1979 of special interest to bullion hoarders. The 1979 Liberty 1 cent coin is a reflection of American numismatic history at a pivotal economic time. While not rare in circulation, its collector's value increases with condition, mint mark, and type. For casual collectors, it offers a gateway into U.S. coin collecting. For serious numismatists, it's a piece of a broader historical puzzle. Whether stashed in a jar, held in a coin folder, or displayed in a slab, the 1979 Lincoln cent remains an enduring symbol of liberty, value, and history. Would you like this turned into a video script or PDF? Or do you want images of the coin types included? In the heart of American numismatics lies a coin both common and captivating, the 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin, better known as the Lincoln cent. To the untrained eye, it's just a penny. But to collectors, historians, and economists, it is a tiny token of history, economics, geography, and craftsmanship. The 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin continues the long-standing design introduced in 1909, the Lincoln cent. First struck to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to bear the likeness of an actual historical figure. Sculpted by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln portrait remained largely unchanged for decades. By 1981, the design on the obverse still showed the iconic bust of Lincoln, facing right, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," arched above. "Liberty," to the left. And the year, 1981, to the right. The reverse, designed in 1959 by Frank Gasparo, features the Lincoln Memorial, replacing the earlier wheat ears design. Beneath the monument, the tiny image of Lincoln seated inside is visible under magnification, a coin within a coin, a monument within a memorial. The inscriptions include United States of America, at the top. E pluribus unum, just above the memorial. And 1 cent, below. Chapter 2, Composition and Minting. Up until 1982, Lincoln cents were struck in a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, a formula dating back to 1962. However, rising copper prices in the late 1970s and early 1980s brought about significant changes. In 1982, the mint would switch to copper-plated zinc. Thus, 1981 marks the final full year when all Lincoln cents were minted in the traditional copper alloy, making it the last of a historic era. Coins were struck at 3 U.S. mint locations. Philadelphia, no mint mark. Denver, D. mint mark. San Francisco, S. mint mark for proof coins. The journey of the 1981 penny spans the United States. Philadelphia, the birthplace of the U.S. Mint, produced billions of coins without a mint mark. These circulated widely across the eastern and midwestern states. Denver, nestled in Colorado, marked its coins with a D. These primarily served the western states but circulated nationally due to the coin's sheer ubiquity. San Francisco, renowned for proof coinage, crafted coins with impeccable finish and the S. mint mark. These coins, never intended for general circulation, were struck for collectors and appeared in annual proof sets. The numbers speak to the coin's mass production. Philadelphia, over 7.5 billion coins. Denver, over 5.4 billion. San Francisco proofs, around 4.063 million. The 1981 Lincoln cents were among the most commonly used coins in American commerce throughout the 1980s and 1990s. Millions remain in jars, drawers, and circulation today. Circulated coins show wear and tear, with dull finishes and often smoothed features. Value, 1 cent, unless rare errors are present. Uncirculated coins, also known as mint state, MS, retain their original luster and sharpness. These can be graded on the Sheldon scale from MS-60 to MS-70. MS-65 coins can fetch $1 to $5. MS-67 specimens may bring $50 or more, depending on rarity and demand. Proof coins from San Francisco have a mirror-like finish and were struck multiple times for clarity. Deep Cameo, DCAM, examples graded PR69 or PR70 can be worth $5 to $25 plus, depending on market interest. 1981 also saw the continuation of Type 1 and Type 2 proof mintmark varieties. Type 1's mintmark was blobby and indistinct. Type 2's mintmark was sharp and clearer, struck using a different punch. Type 2 examples are scarcer and more valuable, especially in high grades. Occasional minting errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or clipped planchets can significantly increase value, often ranging from $25 to several $100s depending on severity. For most people, a 1981 penny is still just a cent. But in numismatic circles, high-grade uncirculated coins, full red copper tone specimens, and rare mint errors or proof types can turn this humble coin into a collectible worth 10, 50, or even 100 times its face value. Graded coins by PCGS or NGC in top-tier condition often fetch premiums. The 1981 Liberty 1-cent coin is more than a pocket change relic. It's the end of an era, the last of the all-copper Lincoln cents before economic forces reshaped U.S. coinage. It's a coin that connects generations, carries the image of a president who defined unity, and quietly narrates a story of change, resilience, and American history. So next time you spot a 1981 penny, pause for a moment, it might just be a small copper time machine.